Hi, thanks again for tuning in to The Adept Agent. I'm Joaquin Gutierrez, The Adept Agent and The Adept Coach. So today I want to talk about follow-up, but I'm going to give you a few statistics that are important so that you know how to measure whether you're doing enough follow-up or too much or too little, or there's no such thing as too much. Let's just say that we're looking to see if we're doing enough. So different stats. One of the most important stats is that it takes an average of 8 attempts to get to the first conversation with a lead. 8. How many of you can say that you're going and calling, emailing, texting your lead 8 times? Or are you thinking, it's just another tire kicker, someone who's just looking online? So 8 attempts. What else? What is the best time to call a lead? So the figures that I'm giving you is from a company that spends lots of money studying all these things to get the best results for salespeople. So they say that the best time to cold call is between 4 and 5 p.m. Again, this is across all industries. So for you, it might be different. For you, 4 to 5 o'clock, people are getting out of work. That's a good time. Lunchtime is never a good time to call anyone. They're having lunch. They don't want to talk to you. I know that you think, well, they're out of work. They don't want to talk to you. Most people, including me, I think some of you have discovered, do not pick up phone calls straight off. If I don't know why I'm going to talk to someone, I don't pick up the phone. Obviously, I have all my leads, well, not obviously, but I have my leads saved on my phone. So if I get a lead, call me, I'm going to know that they're calling me and I'm going to pick up. If I have to decide where I'm going to spend my time, and we could talk about time management one day, you cannot just keep answering calls because you're getting calls from people that need things that are not important. Not important to you. Important to them, probably. But something that's going to take away time from you, don't answer the phone without getting a text first. If it has to do with within your community, your business, if it's a customer, that's a golden phone call. Take it. Third tip, 30 to 50% of deals are made by the first person to respond to a lead. So if you have someone out there contacting agents either from Realtor.com or Zillow or your website, or maybe your bus bench, wherever it is that you're spending money, whoever calls back first, more than half of the time, or about half of the time, will get the lead. Of course, it doesn't just take to be first, you also have to have something of substance to share with them. So that's why you need to become adept. 80% of deals that close required up to 5 follow-up calls after the first meeting. In our business, that translates a little differently. Hopefully, if you went out for a listing appointment, you get it that day. If not, it will take you some follow-up. You might still be competing with someone else that was there and said something sweeter than you, although I doubt that. If you won the business and you walk away with it, and that's why it's important to have closing techniques and be able to get deals done as soon as possible, and be able to overcome objections. What's the best day to prospect? Well, every day. But if you have to be specific, Thursday is supposed to be the best day for prospecting, followed by a close second on Wednesday. Again, if you're making phone calls, you should be doing it every day. If you're sending texts, if you're sending emails, and that's the importance of having a CRM and actually having it work. How many of you, and again, I'm always talking about KV Core, it's my favorite. How many of you are using your KV Core correctly? How many of you are using the built-in campaigns? How many of you have actually gone into the campaigns and made it sound more like you instead of something that's generic? Important things. For some of you here in this market, do you have any Spanish in there? Do you have any Creole? Or is it Patois? Whatever it is, Portuguese. You need to if that's one of the languages you speak, you should have a little bit of that too, because your sphere of influence needs to be treated correctly. So this one, I almost don't even have to mention, but a stat, and this stat is from 2015, was 6 years later. The numbers I'm sure have changed a little bit, not dramatically. 78% of the people that are using social media to do their sales or to reach people are killing their peers. You guys know that. The only thing is that, and you'll see, I'm not going to start dancing, and I'm not going to point at the screen at different ages and different hobbies that I have. I'm just going to give you substance. Those other things are fun. If they get you attention, that's great. But why don't you mix up and put some substance on there? Dancing is great, but I'm always telling people, the crazies are out there. Don't attract them any more than you have to. What else? Another very important stat. 91% of customers that are asked, would you give a referral to the customer, the sales agent that you just used? 91% said that they would. But only 11% of those salespeople are asking for referrals. That's very important. When I started in this business a long time ago, I used to read about different people and their practices. And there was one agent that stood out, and I wish I could remember her name. But every year she used to rent this big place, and she'd put a giant Christmas tree and hang beautiful decorations on it. And she would invite all of her customers from the past, from the beginning of her career to the last sale that she had. And at one point, I mean, they used to be there. There was music, there was food. And at the end of the night, every family could go up, take one of the decorations off the tree and take it home. She did this for years, and she was super successful. I'm sure you're going to hear about lots of stories about this stuff. Try to do something that'll stand out that people remember you with. What are you doing to get these referrals? Are you sending out holiday emails, holiday texts? Are you sending out texts? Do you contact people every once in a while just to catch up and say hello because you haven't talked to them in a while? We do get attached to our customers when we're helping them find a place or sell a place, and then all of a sudden there's this great void. Don't let that void be long. Contact them occasionally. Everything you do should have some kind of reason for you to be contacted, okay? So email signatures should have requests for referrals. Your holiday notes, that's obviously going to already have one. You could do mail outs. Always ask for the business. If you don't ask for the business, you don't get it. And then finally, the last one I'm going to work with, because the last one we're going to speak about is, because you know I always bring it up, discovery. Discovery is the most important part of any sale. You can't help a customer. You can't close a customer. You will not succeed with your customer if you don't know and understand their needs. Discovery, discovery, discovery. So 13% of all buyers, all customers, sellers, said that only 13% of them said that their agent, their salesperson, their representative understood their needs. Only 13%. Now, when you start matching that up with 91% would still refer them, but only 13% of them felt like they were understood, there's a huge gap there. And again, discovery is so important. That'll be our next topic, discovery. Thank you for tuning in again. Talk to you later. See you on social media. Ciao.